everybody. Hey everyone. For those who are new here, my name is Sheetal and I make plant related and health related content on my channel. Welcome to my channel. So today I am here with yet another video about my top 10 favorite plants. So let's get started right away without wasting any time. So my today's first plant is, see, let me tell you, it's not like this is the number one plant, my favorite number one plant, number two, number three. It's not like that. They all are my favorite and they are at the number one position only. Only thing is I am just telling you the plants in number 10 plant sequence. So today's first plant is this beauty Philodendron Birkin. If you remember, if you have watched my earlier video, I made a plant haul video. I bought a few plants during New Year's. That was in December end, last week of December. That time I bought these plants, and this one I got this plant that time. And if you can see, it's doing really great. If you see its variegation, it has such a beautiful pattern on its leaves, and near the leaf variegation is more. If you can see, older leaves are completely green, they're dark green in color, they don't have any single stripe of variegation. And this is the new leaf, and one more leaf is on the way. It's continuously shooting new growth, and it's a completely non-fussy plant. It doesn't ask anything much from you. You just have to check its soil before watering. Nursery people have planted this plant in complete coco peat, and coco peat retains a lot of moisture, so I let it dry completely, then only I water this plant. And while watering, I bottom water this plant because this is a very small container. If you can see, this plant is planted in very small container and it becomes tough for me to water it from top. So I bottom water it, and bottom water is better to avoid overwatering of your plant. So it's the best thing to do with your plants. So this is my first plant, Philodendron Birkin. Let's move on to my second beauty, which is Baby Tears. It's so beautiful, right? If you have watched, I made a video about plants. I failed miserably, and it was one of them. When I showed you this plant in that video, I guess I made that video 2 months back. There was nothing in this plant. It was completely empty, and I made a few mistakes. I'm not going to repeat talking about those mistakes. If you want to see, you can watch that video. I'll share the link over here. So due to my mistakes, I killed it completely. But before doing that mistake, before killing it, I took few cuttings and I planted them in my balcony pot, and there it started doing great. It grew a lot over there. When I made that video, the planter in which I planted a few cuttings, that planter was half filled. Now balcony pot is completely overflowing right now, and I am taking cuttings, more and more cuttings, and propagating that plant. Just let me know if you want it. And it's super easy to grow. Only thing is it needs a lot of water, and I keep it outside because indoors it didn't do great, because I was little bit scared to water it when it was inside because of the root rot. So I started keeping it outside in my balcony, where it gets a lot of indirect as well as direct sunlight also, and there is doing great. And if you see, it's completely filled now. So this is the second plant, Baby Tears. I forgot its scientific name, which I am going to show you on screen. So this is Baby Tears. Let's move on to the next plant, which is this beauty, Monstera adansonii. When I got Philodendron Birkin, that time only I got this plant as well. And if you see, it has grown much after that video. If you go and watch that video, you will definitely get to see the growth of this plant. I keep it in my balcony only, which is west facing, and there it's doing great, and it's continuously, if you see over here, I took a cutting to propagate this plant, and I'm water propagating it, and at the place of that cutting, it started shooting new growth, new branch. And if you see the leaf size, they are growing super big and with a lot of penetration on them. And I keep it in my balcony where it gets indirect sunlight, not direct actually. I keep it in the shade and it's doing super fine. I water it when its soil is dry. So let's move on to the third plant, which is this Hoya carnosa. Again, this plant I bought it with this Birkin and Adansonii. If you watch that video, you will get to see it was very small and now it has grown this completely new growth. I am trying to let it trail on the plastic thing, and if you see its leaves, they are little yellowish because they are sun stressed. I keep it outside in complete sun, full sun, because I want them to flower soon. So if you want to induce flowering in your Hoyas, then you have to keep your Hoyas in sunlight. It should get proper sunlight, then it will definitely flower and it will grow faster. But if you want that beautiful waxy finish on your leaves, on your Hoya's leaves, then you should keep them indoor, only in direct sunlight. Don't let it get direct sunlight, otherwise due to the sun stress, it's going to leave the shine on the leaves. But growth wise, it's growing super fast and it's still in its nursery pot and not at all root bound, and it's doing fine. And while watering, I check its leaves when they become soft. Right now they are very hard. If you see, they're hard. Yesterday only I watered it, and I wait for them to become soft and wrinkly. When it gets wrinkles on the back side of the leaves, then only I water it. So this is my Hoya carnosa green. Oh, it's super heavy, which is this Ficus elastica burgundy. If you see its foliage, it has such a beautiful shiny waxy burgundy colored leaves. It grows little slower. If you keep it in direct sunlight, then it grows faster, but I don't keep it in direct sunlight. I have kept it in indirect sunlight, where it gets direct sunlight also. For around 1 hour it gets direct sunlight and it's doing great. And while watering, I let the soil dry completely. If you overwater it, it starts losing its leaves. So I let the soil dry completely, then only I go and water this baby. So beautiful. If you can see, I can't just lift and bring it next to the camera. It's super heavy ceramic planter, and it is very low maintenance plant. It only needs is water when soil is dry, and while watering I feed it also, and indirect or direct but bright sunlight, indirect bright light, or you can keep it in, if you train the plant, you can keep it in direct sunlight also. It will do super great and it will grow faster, super fast. So this is my Ficus elastica. So I am done with 1 2 3 4 5 plants. Let's move on to the next one, which is this beauty. So my next plant is this Peperomia caperata silver ripples. If you see, this beauty is flowering right now, but their flowers are not all that appealing. They don't look all that pretty. Actually their foliage is beautiful. People usually buy Peperomias for their foliage. If you see, it has such a beautiful silver strokes on it, and if you see, such a bushy growth it has shooted. Actually its roots, they don't go all that deep, because these Peperomias, they usually grow on the rotten roots, so their roots are very shallow. So never overwater this plant. Before watering it, let the leaves become soft and droopy, then only go and water it. And this is really low maintenance plant. It just needs indirect bright light, not direct light. If you keep it in direct light, it's going to burn its leaves. So always keep it in indirect light. I keep my Peperomia next to my west facing window, where it gets lot of indirect bright light. So let's move on to the next one. I am left with bigger plants now. Not all of them are bigger. So next plant is this Alpinia zarumbet, commonly known as shell ginger. This is the variegated one. You get complete green also in this. It's basically from Asia only, so it does great in Indian climate. I keep it outside in shade in my balcony, where it doesn't receive direct sunlight. It gets lot of bright indirect light. and it's doing great. I got this plant with these only, Birkin, Hoya, Adansonia. At that time only I got this plant. I'll just shift this one over here and I'll show you. After coming over here, it started shooting this new pup. New pup is growing. Then one more pup is growing over here. You see, new more. And it's continuously shooting new leaves. It's a pretty low maintenance plant. It's not all that heavy pot, right? Because I have potted this plant in totally coco peat. I stay on the 6th floor, so I don't want to make my balcony super heavy with the soil weight. So I started planting my plants in coco peat right now. Most of the plants I am planting in coco peat. And watering, I let the soil dry like 50% and then I water it. It's doing super fine. And if you see the variegation on the leaves, it's so beautiful, right? It's so pretty. And this plant is completely pet safe, kids safe. Even if your pet or kids eat this plant, it's not poisonous. In fact, Chinese people, they use the greener one in their cuisine, Chinese cuisine, they use it. So it's a beautiful shell ginger plant. You should buy one for yourself. It's super easy to grow and it's non-fussy. So let's move on to the next plant, which is this beauty, Tinanthi. I forgot the next word in its scientific name. This is called Never Never plant also, and it is one of the prayer plant. I'll tell you with my experience, it is the easiest prayer plant. If you are a beginner and you are willing to buy a prayer plant, then you should go for this one. This is pretty low maintenance and super easy to grow at home, and it continuously growing, continuously shooting new growth. If you can see these all new pups, it started growing and it's about to fill this bucket completely. When I got this, it was very small and now it has become such a huge and it's spreading continuously. The only thing you have to take care of is water. What kind of water you are using while watering it. So I usually use filtered water for this one while watering. All prayer plants I use filtered water and they are doing great. If you use tap water directly, then its foliage start to become crispy. If you are using tap water, then let it sit for 24 hours, then only water it. Browning of the leaves will be lesser. So this is my beauty Tinanthi. Isn't it beautiful? You should have one, and even if you are a beginner, you will be able to care for it. I'm done with 8 plants and I'm left with 2 more plants which are super big. I can't lift them, so I'm going to take the camera to those plants. So guys, this is the plant number 9 in my today's top 10 list, which is Ficus microcapra. And if you see, it is such a big plant right now. It is growing like a tree. I love big trees inside the house, and compared to other ficuses, for example Ficus benjamin, this is the non-fussy plant. It doesn't ask for much water. Even if you water it irregularly, it's not going to shade its leaves, and it's doing super fine with me. And it stays in bright indirect light. I never tried to keep it in direct light, and it's doing great. So this is plant number 9, Ficus microcapra. If you see its leaves, they are so beautiful, shiny, dark green, beautiful waxy leaves. So this is the plant Ficus. So if you are willing to keep a ficus at home and you are scared to buy one Ficus benjamin, then you should go for this one. This is the beauty, and this is non-fussy, beautiful plant. Let's move on to the next one, which is Philodendron rojo Congo. This is my current favorite plant right now. If you see, its leaf size is so humongous. You know, while cleaning these leaves, I feel really tired while cleaning them. They are so big, and I will show you why it is called rojo Congo, because it has, when it gets new leaves, they are red in color. They are red in color, new leaves. About Philodendron rojo Congo, it is You know, this is the bigger plant, so it asks for more water, and if you have noticed it, I have planted it in terracotta pot, so it asks for more water. I water it like every 2-3 days. Once in every 2-3 days I water it, and it's doing great. It continuously shooting new growth. About pest, it gets sometimes mealybugs on it. I have recently cleaned those mealybugs, but it's pretty simple to clean them because it has bigger leaves, and I just wipe it with neem oil solution with cloth, and they're super fine. They're doing great. So friends, that's all for today. This is my current favorite top 10 plants list, and I hope you like my video, enjoyed watching my plants. Let's meet in some other video with some other topic. Till then, bye. Take care.